fantastic.
I'm glad you know what you're doing.
There we go. It's here. The brains are working at 8:38 in the morning. Whoa.
Yeah.
Holy
Happy New
smokes.
Year.
Happy New Year, Miss Liano. We will know. Just so we're doing this fun little invitation, and we're gonna know how hard people partied on New Year's Eve to see who actually is watching this.
Exactly. I was like, I don't know how many people are up at this time of the
Yeah,
morning.
maybe some people are still horizontal.
Yes.
But if you're horizontal with your phone, you can still watch us. You can
Yes.
you can still enjoy it. So yeah, welcome to 2020. Oh my God. This is
I
my
know.
first Facebook Live of this decade, and it's with you.
How does it get better than that?
Oh my gosh.
I saw a meme yesterday and it was about the Jetsons, like 2020. I've been waiting for like Jetson cars to be flying around. It's
Very
not
cool.
happening.
Yeah, it's so interesting. For those of you who don't know, so obviously if you don't know me, you're creeping on my page. So hi, and glad you're here. And I'm Christine. And this creature of magnitude beside me or above or below or over from here is Leanne. And
Hi.
we play together. We do lots of fun things together, and we laugh and we giggle and we share and we create, and we're creating some really cool stuff together, and more maybe beyond anything we even know yet.
Exactly.
And we have something happening coming soon that we want to tell people about. But before, how was your New Year's?
It was good. I just, wanted to stay in bed and
Pretty
I was
chill.
cozied up and watched some Netflix and I don't even think I made it midnight, but that's okay. That's just what was required this year.
It's
Last year I
amazing.
was out partying, so
Yeah, it's amazing how things change and what, like, in the past, I'm usually really solitary on New Year's, and I just nook in by myself, and I'll make a soul collage, and I'll have a fire going, and I'll have wine, and it's really chill and lots of introspection and celebrating the season that was and embracing the year that I'm entering into, and it's really,
Mhm.
really fun. And last night, I was jacked up and jazzed and creating for my business. I was like on the floor, sprawled out in my office, and looking at my calendar and like pumping out. Like, it was like my whole body except for my head was in 2020, and I was all in it. Just like, oh my God, that's happening. Choosing that.
Mm.
It was like I was having um a CEO meeting with the CEO of my business or something on New Year's Eve. What did you? I had the best business meeting ever.
Yeah. I
It
was
was,
looking at I know that 2020 I want to travel more and so I was looking at just different tours and different places and looking at Airbnbs and stuff.
mm-hmm,
So that was fun. Like it's just like, what will 2020 hold for
mm-hmm,
me and what can I
mm-hmm,
choose now to implement it, right? So
mm-hmm.
yeah,
It's
it's
cool.
cool.
It's very
Yeah.
cool. I'm excited about like just the number 2020. I appreciate like like the just the energetics of the clarity of that number, like to have 2020 vision, to be super clear and to choose with clarity, because I think most of the time we start choosing how we've chosen before, which
Mhm.
isn't clear. It's based on yesterday. And so I'm really excited about, wow, like if I'm truly being the 2020 vision of me, if I'm truly being the clarity of everything that I am, that I know, that I see, that I desire, that I want, like what am I going to choose if I'm choosing from this place of 2020 vision?
Right.
Um,
That's really cool because I got to a place like just very recently where I've been playing in the background of people's businesses and I think it's really fun for me. But when it's my own, I stall myself. And so it's like, what do I have to do to get out of my own way?
yeah,
So I have some meetings with some virtual assistants that are just gonna like, just do it, please. And then,
yeah,
like just to prevent myself from holding myself back, like I can see
yeah,
myself just choosing that. So like, what can you do to just get out of your own way, like what's
exactly,
required that just like will actually move it
exactly.
forward. and
Exactly.
being okay with it. Like I've stalled on that for quite a while. So here we are.
That's
It's
it.
cool. And
And
it's like no judgment, right? Like it's just like, okay, this is like I finally figured out. Or not like, I just came to that
yeah,
awareness.
yeah. I
I
mean, choose
actually don't
different now.
really like doing it for myself.
Yeah.
So who's gonna do it for me?
Yeah.
And I like playing in other people's businesses in the background, but not my own. So I just thought that was kind of interesting.
Fun. And this year is also a leap year. So cheers to leap years.
Yeah, I didn't even know that.
Yes, I know. So you and I do many things, but one of the tools we have in our back pocket is access consciousness. So we've
Yes.
both been studying in the modalities and trainings and tools of access consciousness for a while.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, one of the biggest fundamentals of access consciousness is to invite people to know that they know. And what shuts us off from choosing is when we think we don't know.
Yeah.
And if you think about like how many conversations you've had if you have kids of like, so how was school today? I don't know. Like, what do you want for supper? I don't know. like we just go into the I don't know excuse so much. We're actually shutting off our capacities to actually know that we know and to choose what we like. It's like being at the buffet and you know that you really don't like egg rolls, but you eat them anyway because you say you don't know. It's like, actually, I know I don't like Chinese. What am I doing here
What
at
am I
the
doing
buffet?
here?
So yeah, Access Consciousness has these amazing tools to help people know that they know and to help them know that everything can change and anything is possible. And I've seen in your life and I've seen in my own life how these tools have totally amped up my life and helped me to not spin in the not knowing or the not choosing or the not being or the not anything of my life, the not creating my life.
Yeah.
And so you and I are doing something really cool. This very first ever Sunday of 2020, people can play with us.
Yes.
And it is the very first introduction to all the possibilities that can show up for you with knowing that you know in Access Consciousness.
Yeah.
So what is this class that we're doing together, Leanne, on Sunday? It's awesome.
Yeah, it's the bars class, the Access Bars class. So that's the first class that you'll take if you choose to kind of step into that Access Consciousness world.
Of ease and joy and glory. But hey, if you don't want ease and joy and glory, and if you like to spin, and if you like to just keep burning off the hangover that you have from yesterday, then don't come.
Yeah, don't choose it. It's terrible. I was thinking about that, like when the hell did I have my first bar session? And it's just like, I think it was in June of 2016, something like that. Like I know it was the end of my school year. And I just remember being in a place of like super stress and just like trying to get all the things done. And there's another teacher friend that's like, okay, I'm doing this thing, try it. And yeah, so I was like, come on over, So, and then it's like the rest is history, right? Like you just, you don't even understand the impact of just like saying yes to that one thing.
Yeah.
Like it's like wild.
It's really interesting. I mean, I've studied lots of wellness modalities, so people might be out there going, what's the bars, man? I was just at the bar last night for New Year's and I'm not feeling too good. So it's not that kind of bar. So the Access Bars, they're these 32 points. And look, it's right behind my head. I have this beautiful poster in my office. So the Access Bars are, let's see if I can do this without reflecting weird. So there are these 32 points on our head. And it's almost like these very gentle acupressure point release systems. And it's not painful. It's not like acupuncture where you're like, get that out of my head. This is very, very gentle acupressure release. And each of these points actually connects to thoughts, feelings, emotions, beliefs, like things that can kind of stick us. So if you think of something that really, really lights you up or really, really drags you down, it's connected to one of these points. So you win the lottery and you're super jacked and excited. You're like, oh my God, I can pay all my bills and I can actually like buy that sexy underwear that I really wanted. There's a point a bars point that's all about money, and your points would be about money and finances and all of that. So it's kind of cool. It's like an instant delete system of everything that goes on in this thing above your neck.
Yep.
And it clears out the head. You're not going to forget your name. You're going to remember your social insurance number, and it's just, you're going to choose with way more ease and less junk, less spin, less worry, less all of that.
Totally. And I don't know if, like, you know, initially when people start having bar sessions, I think it's totally different for everybody. But initially I was like, okay, I don't know what happened there. And then I was invited to a class. And so I took the class. And in my head, I was thinking, like, there's no way I'm going to be able to feel the energy. Like, you know, I'd already decided when I got there that it was like, you know.
I'll just go. I don't know what they're
I'll just go. I don't know. And then I was like really pleasantly surprised. I was like, holy shit, like I can, you know, I can sense things and, you know, and you don't even know that you would know those things until you try it, right? So it's just like, and then, you know, then it was, the best part is like having a class, then I could swap. Like I know 10 people in SoCurrent or more, right? That you can just like call up and say, hey, like, can you please come touch my head?
Exactly. And that's really what we say. We're like, hey man, I'm creating a lot of things. For me, I mean, I don't just use the bars. I don't just get my bars run when I'm overwhelmed.
Yeah.
I also get my bars run when I want to create my life.
Yes. Yeah.
So, which I love. And since I took the 1-day training, what's been happening is I spin less and I create more. And it amps up my ability to just really, 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 really quickly choose.
Yes.
Before, I used to like write everything down and like then look at it and go, okay, so if I did this and then that and then this, then I could do that and then that and then, like I just over controlled every little
creation everything
that I had. Yeah. And then I wasn't actually creating. I was just being like a robot of like doing stuff.
Yeah.
And
what was expected of you according to everybody else.
Yes.
Yeah.
And since taking this training, it's been amazing because, oh my gosh, like
I know, because I mean, like I watch other people now and how they're making their choices, and it was like, oh, that's how I used to choose, and it's not. It's so different now, right? Like it's just so different. So
and you don't
just
know
much more ease. Like it's just like you just know what's right for you.
For sure. What the difference also for me is like I've studied other modalities. Like I'm a private practice counselor, and I've studied mindfulness techniques, and I've studied meditation, and I've studied yoga nidra, and I've studied Reiki. Like I could give Reiki sessions. I could give like past life regression therapy. I could do all of this stuff.
Yeah.
And this is the one tool that I can integrate into my life so easily that no matter what life shows up for me, I have something that I can go to right away. I don't have to find the therapist. I don't have to like book a session with another like wellness practitioner, energy medicine lady to be able to take care of myself. I actually have these tools that I can use anytime on myself and be that for other people. And it has totally changed things. Like as life shows up, I mean, I have parents who are aging, and as they're aging, that brings up different things for them, which brings up interesting things for me, which brings up really interesting things that family members think I should be doing, or I think they should be doing. And I know I've got this tool that I can use, and it is such a gift, like for me and for my family.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Yeah. I mean, just so much more ease. Like, you know, I was so uptight and so wound up, and I don't know, there's just more of me now that's just like, you know, and I'm choosing things that I never ever thought in a million years that I could possibly choose, and it's just fun.
That's it. Fun. Like that's,
Yeah.
for me, bars really amps up the fun in your life.
Yeah.
You lie on a massage table for an hour when you're receiving a bar session,
Mhm.
and you can fall asleep. You can talk about whatever you want to talk about if you're a talker.
Yeah.
And it's just this really dynamic energy process of receiving
Mhm.
you. And it's amazing. And
And we're
then
not
joy just
trained to
shows
do
up.
that, actually. Like, we're not, I don't know, personally, just as wife, mom, like I'm always taking care of everybody else,
Mm-hmm.
and so then this is something that's for me, that it's just
Mm-hmm.
like, it just nurtures me,
Mm-hmm.
and so I leave a session going like, okay, there I am, and now I can,
Yeah.
take on the rest or whatever, right?
Yeah.
Like, it's just like, there's just more space.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As you're talking, Leanne, what's popping for me, like when you're saying this tool, Access Bars, helps me nourish me, and
Yeah.
what pinged for me is the more that I've been getting my bars run, the
Mhm.
more I'm willing to ask for what I
Yes.
require, not
Yes.
just in bars, but in my life. Like,
Yes.
and
Exactly.
that is an amazing gift for anyone on the planet. But if I think about the women that I know,
Hmm. Yeah.
okay,
Because
I have
that has never been my reality. It's
no.
just, and you watch, like, I watch my mom, and you learn that role and how you are
Hmm.
with your kids and your husband and all the things. And um,
Hmm.
yeah, I've always been that I know how to do it. I can take care of myself, and that
And
strong,
we're
independent.
applauded for doing everything. We're
Yes.
applauded for sacrificing yourself. We're applauded for putting yourself last and others before yourself.
I
I
know.
I mean,
And
I
it's so different. Like, now I'm willing to ask and receive more than I ever have. And I know there's way more
oh
choosing around
yeah,
that area, but
yeah.
it's
What
just,
else can I be asking for that I'm not asking for? That if I just asked for it, would change it all. Yes.
yes. Yeah. And that's just it. It just started with the bars. Like, it's just like, and you don't even realize it. Like, 3 years later, I can
Exactly.
reflect on what has changed. And I know that that process is just,
It's true.
and
Yep.
I know when I require it,
Yep.
you
And
know,
then you get to choose if you ask or not. Like what's really cool is
yeah.
like there is no pass or fail when you take this class. So it's on Sunday. It's a day training. So even if you do not use this ever again in your life and you just come for the day's class, it's going to create more for you.
Yeah.
You get
You
to
have two
give.
sessions. Yeah. Like, you
Yeah, go
receive two
ahead.
sessions and you give two sessions.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's just a day of total self
Receiving.
care.
Yeah.
In my,
Yeah.
I didn't see it that way then, but that's what I was choosing when I chose that first class,
Exactly.
you know?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. Um, it's
It's,
amazing. It's totally amazing. And where you choose to use it and how you choose to add it into your life, it's totally up to you afterwards.
totally.
Um,
Yeah. And
and
just know, like, in this area, in this community, like, there's so many people that have
yes,
already taken the class that you can
yes,
reach out to and just say, hey, like, I know I require a session. Like, let's do a swap or whatever.
mm-hmm,
Yeah, that's what I like the most, because it's like we kind of understand how great it is and what shows up for us after we have a session,
yeah.
or as we're creating and choosing, like, that we just, that we can reach out to anybody that's taking the
Yeah.
class.
And I know for myself, I receive when I'm also giving bars.
Definitely.
There'll be times where I'll go to my mom's house and she's had she's a caregiver of my dad,
Yeah.
and there's a lot of energy involved in that. And some days are really dynamic and fun and joyful, and other days are kind of like the exhaustion house. And
Yeah.
there's days where I go to the house and we're visiting or watching TV, and I was like, "Hey, can I run your bars?" Sure. And I'm running her bars, and I'm receiving also.
Hmm.
So when
I
I
know.
leave, I'm more spacious. I'm less judgy.
Yes,
I'm more of a gift to myself and to other people.
definitely. And
It's
giving other people sessions, like, I mean, I get, yeah, I get more out of it too. Like, gifting somebody a session or whatever, right? Like, you know what it's creating for them. So it's like a space of gratitude around that, like allowing whatever it is for that, that person to show, like for them to show up, or whatever they're getting out of the session. It's just it's really nice. People get off the table and like, oh, thank you, like whatever's going on for them. There's a death in the family, there's trauma around this or whatever, and that you created a little bit more ease with it all. And it's, or somebody's walked in and they're just taxed right out, right? And then they get up and they're energized and they're jumping for joy almost. Like you can just like they've just lit right up and they can go on and take on their day. So it's like it's a gift to see what it is for other people too.
Very true. Very true. And I'm really excited that we're doing this together. I know there's gonna be yummy energy with the two of us together. And what else is going to show up when the two of us are in a room together?
You never know what'll show up.
I know, like, people will ask, well, how does that work? And do I have to know anything? No. If you're breathing and you have two legs, we don't even need legs.
No,
if you have a head and you're alive, we can work on you. I've trained people who are actually in wheelchairs, who are paraplegic, who are quadriplegic, who took the class and they don't have the use of their actual physical hands. They can still learn the modality. So no matter what excuses you have out there that it's not the time, is that really true? Or are you just preventing yourself from actually being amazing even more than you already are amazing? And we're usually way more excited than afraid of something. So if this is lighting you up in any way, if there's part of your body that's like,
what is that? I think
it's probably fun. Then reach out, let us know, drop us a line. If there's someone that's pinging for you that's like, oh my God, this would be great for Sheila and Margaret and Tony and Beth and John and Sally and whatever, invite them. Like, I wonder how many people actually want to really, truly be the 2020 vision of themselves this year. And I wonder how many people really, truly would like more ease in their body, would like less problem, less stress, more ease, more joy in their body, more laughter, more kindness. This is the vitamin of ease and joy and kindness for yourself and for other people.
And thank you, Christine, like just even for the invitation to co-create and all the things, like, and just even having this conversation with you is because, like, initially when I first came in, it was because of that stress and all the things. And sometimes I just know that I require bars because of that, but it's more than that too. So thank you for that, because it's like, creating my life differently because of the bars and choosing that modality. It's not just because of the stress or whatever, but like it's like the creation side of things, right?
Totally. And joy creates our life. Joy creates our life. Like, you don't have to be all screwed up and have a problem to come to this class. Like, you could be totally full of so much joy that you roll in your Lamborghini with your fancy pants on and you can still receive the class. Like, you do not have to have a diagnosis to attend. Although I'm sure we will, like, be able to self-disclose some personal diagnoses. I'm really excited. And people will ask, well, like, what about kids, or what about families? Blah, 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 blah. So what about that? Like, what if I have a teenager? You have kids, man?
Yes.
You have bars on your family.
I do. Yeah. My little guy, he's 5, and he'll ask for it sometimes, and sometimes he wants to touch my head, and it's all good, and he's just imitating me and stuff. But the teenager right now, I have ran his bars before, and now he's a little bit more resistant, so whatever, it's fine. But he's had migraines, and right before tests and stuff like that at school, he's asking to run his bars. So it just they can come to the class if you've got an adult that's coming to the class and they want to bring a child, and they're half price, or depending on the age and all that kind of Yeah. And then what did you say, like 15 and under or something? 16
so kids are free, little humans are free. And then if you're 16 or 17, you're half price.
Yeah.
So it's just, wow. I mean, I know you've already done your Christmas shopping, you guys, and you've purchased things already for your family.
Yeah.
But oh my God, what could this create for your family or your relationship with the
Yeah.
people in your lives? Whether it's
The
like,
last bars, like the last bars class I did, it was like a mom and two daughters. And I just was like, having this modality right now and like having access to this and what I can create for my kids. And they can kind of keep me accountable too. Like, you know what I mean? Like, but watching that mom and two daughters and knowing that they're going home with those tools, I was just like, how does it freaking get better than that?
yeah, yeah,
Like to be able to create some of that space, like if your kids are wigging out or whatever, and it's just like, hey, let me just touch your head, and like for them to have that at like 8 and 12, mind blowing, like really, because like I'm coming into it in my 40s and going like, wow,
yeah,
and no right or wrong, it's just like you come to it when you do, but it's just like to have it when you're 12,
absolutely.
that lifelong,
Yeah.
like it's like, wow, that's so
Yeah.
awesome.
And our bodies want to be touched. Like, how much separation do we have in this world with our bodies? Even
Yeah.
in our relationships. Like, maybe you're in a relationship where physical touch is, and I'm not talking about copulation here, but just like where
Yeah,
you
just like,
allow your body to receive.
yeah,
And we usually don't. It's like if someone stares at you too long or lingers a bit too close, we immediately are like going, okay, who is that creepo? Like, instead of, wow, like how willing am I and able am I to actually receive the beauty that I be? And our bodies really like to be touched.
yeah,
So I know for me, like that that for me is such a gift for my body
mm-hmm.
to lie on the table or the couch or the relaxy chair and have someone else just gently touch my head. I don't have to talk about life. I don't have to talk about my problems. I can just, my body just receives what it
Receive.
requires.
Yeah, I know.
And my
Seems like they
head
just
doesn't have,
melt right into the table, and
yeah.
yeah.
My breath will change. I will get into this deep cosmic breathing, like I'm actually breathing with the Mother Earth energy, and I'm thinking of nothing. And I have a lot going on in here because I create like a maniac. It's not necessarily spin. It's like multiple realities are going on in there.
But it just allows you to just time out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Space it. It just, there's more. It's like the space bar is just always on. Um, I know for myself, my mom, she took my first bars class and my mom's first bars class were the same one. And I think it was in 2013, maybe 2013,
Yeah.
14.
Mm-hmm.
And it has been the best. I mean, there's great things that I've chosen in my life, but
Yeah.
in terms of what we chose together,
Mm-hmm.
amaze balls.
Yeah.
Amaze balls. Like, we'll be on a flight. We were on a flight going to visit my sister in Vancouver. And I was like, hey, can I run your bars? So I just stand behind my mom while she's sitting at the airport in the land of crazy at the airport going through
Yeah.
security. And I get to run my bars, or her bars. My mom has a stroke in February. And while she's in the hospital, I'm right there running her bars. And 24 hours later, she has her speech back. Like,
Yeah.
if you want to be the change agent of your life and invite people to actually create more ease, this is the ticket. And you're going to be with your family your whole life.
Yeah.
Whether you love them or hate them, whether you live right beside them or they're 10,000 miles away from you, you're still somehow in them and with them.
Yeah.
And this tool is amazing for families. So if there's people that totally crank you up and you don't like, invite them and see what happens.
I know. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. So it's a day. Let's just get to the details. If people want to come and play with us. It's Sunday. It's going to be on Sunday,
January
September.
5th.
Oh, September, January
January 5th.
January 5th. It's kind of like a 9 to 5, I think, ish.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And there's possible locations. It could be at my home studio, or it could be at your
Yes.
amazing office.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're interested, reach out to Leanne or I, and we can fill you in on things. And you get a handbook, you get materials, you get a head chart, you get lots of practice time, and we can answer all your questions about, you know, different ways you can use it, questions you have about how to use it with this scenario, that scenario, or whatever's going on for you, and the ones you love. Yeah, and there's always really good snacks. Like,
yes,
the best snacks, actually. Like, I've attended multiple workshops and events, and Access Bars classes, by far, my body loves those the best for snacks. Yes. Like, oh my God. But
we just know what's required.
I can't tell you about them because they're so delicious. We might have to, you know, we're going to have to break down the walls of all the people who want to come because the snacks are so good. Oh my gosh.
Oh.
Excellent. So we'll drop some links in this feed, and so you guys can learn more about the bars and see what feels fun for you. Anything else, Leanne, that lights you up that you want to share about before we finish?
I can't think of anything. Yeah, I'm just grateful for the opportunity and like to share it with people, and yeah, it's so good.
I'm excited about the timing of it, you know, because January, right after New Year's, we're usually full of lots of judgments and regrets. Perhaps even regrets of what we chose last night, who we spent time with, how we chose, like how drunk we got or didn't get drunk. The cops were out last night and they're quite busy in my neighborhood. And so I think there are some people who are perhaps still horizontal and having certain thoughts about their choices. So it's also a year like we enter the new year and we want to, you know, be thinner, be in different relationships, find the relationship, find the money, be that, be this, not choose that, be kinder, la la la. And it's usually from a place of judgment and wrongness. And this tool deletes judgment. Like, that's it. It's a joy amplifier, and it's a judgment deleter. And so why not start your 2020 without the wrongness of you?
Yeah,
that's it.
I know. I'm excited to see what 2020 brings. Like, I look back at 2019 and all the things that I chose, and they're just like crazy things, you know. And yeah, I'm just excited to see what 2020 brings, you know.
Cool. So let us know your thoughts, you guys. As you're watching this, if you have questions, write them down in the post. We'll get back to you. If you've had your bars run before and you have ideas of what it was like for you, want to share some stuff, please do.
Yeah, I'm always curious to see like what it is, you know, what's different or what's changed or what's, you know, creating in your life from having a session, or it's always interesting to hear the stories of people that have chose it.
Yeah, that's very cool.
Yeah.
And how much fun can we all have on this very first day of the rest of our lives if anything is possible? Yeah, nothing but possibility and choice there.
Yeah.
Awesome. So I'm looking forward, Leanne, to be playing with you on Sunday. And anyone wants to come, you're welcome to. And if you're a last minute chooser, I get it. You can choose at the last minute. So reach out to us. And if you're like on the fence, you're like, I'm not sure, la, 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 reach out to us so we can give you our direct line so you can let us know in the last nanosecond, if you're choosing it, how to find us. Yeah. Because I, at times, am also a last minute creator. So I know about that. Awesome. Well, have a beautiful January 1st, Miss Leanne, and everyone else out there. And share this with those that you love and those that drive you bananas. And let's see what change we can create this year.
All right. Have a good day.
Excellent. Talk to you soon, Sunshine.
Okay. Bye.
Bye, guys.